Football is a cruel game, man. It's a really, really unfair sport sometimes. And today's another example of that. Burnley did not deserve to lose this game. Do not get it twisted. Liverpool did not deserve the 3 points. I know it's tough to say that when the team does win, saying they didn't deserve it is a lot of the time really kind of frowned upon, because it's like, well, they did win. So you could say they did deserve it. But for me, this performance does not reflect the result. I'm not saying Burnley should have won. Far from it. Far from it. If anyone wins this game, it was always Liverpool for me. But this was one of the best performances defensively from a side I've seen in a long time. From a lower league side, promoted side, whatever you want to call it. This was such an impressive defensive performance. And the loss just comes down to one individual mistake, man. But genuinely, what a performance that was from Burnley. And genuinely, watching as a neutral, obviously rooting for Burnley as the underdog, but genuinely I found myself rooting for Burnley more and more just because of how they were playing defensively. Now look, attacking wise, they were so underwhelming. Every counter attack they got, where it was 2 against 3 defenders or even 2 against 2, the final pass would just never connect. Van Dijk and Konate were very good today, so there was never really any worry that Liverpool would concede or Burnley would score. But honestly, Liverpool did not really threaten Burnley's goal that much at all. In the first half, they had one shot on target, which was from Robertson. And in the second half, I think their second shot on target came from a Szoboszlai shot from outside the box. It was getting frustrating for Liverpool. They could not penetrate Burnley's defence. Their crosses weren't reaching anyone. Their shots were getting blocked. Because genuinely, the reason why Liverpool had so many more shots than shots on target today was because every shot was getting blocked. It could very well have been going on target if the defender wasn't there. But there was always a man in between the attacker from Liverpool and the Burnley goal. There was always someone there, as well as there always being a defender in between the Liverpool midfielder crossing the ball, or the winger, and the Liverpool attacker in the box. Ekitike wasn't on it today, but because of the Burnley defence. Wirtz wasn't on it today, but again because of the Burnley defence. And Salah as well had honestly an absolute shocker of a performance, saves himself with the penalty at the end. But guys, this was a really poor performance from Salah and Liverpool's attack as a whole. Gakpo wasn't really making things happen. He was resorting a lot of time to shooting from outside the box. He was getting frustrated. Everything was getting blocked. It was a really, really, really solid performance from Burnley at the back, bro. It was really good. Cullen as well, the midfielder. Cullen genuinely diving into tackles, diving into blocks, putting his body on the line for the team. That is what captain is meant to do. Now, Ugochukwu as well for me was solid before obviously getting sent off. I think it was harsh, but he had obviously had a yellow card before that. The second, it was a foul. I think even if he hadn't fouled the Liverpool player, it would have still gone to Burnley's defender. So I don't think it really impacted much. It is a bit harsh, but especially in that point in the game. But look, it's not one that you can really be too fussed about. But look, Liverpool got the 3 points. They've continued their perfect record, and they're not going to be bothered at all with whatever anyone says about this result or the performance or anything. Liverpool fans are going to take the 3 points, and they deserve it. They deserve to celebrate. You know what I mean? It doesn't really matter how you get it done sometimes. Sometimes, as long as you get it done, that's all you have to be happy about. And yeah, today is one of those days. Burnley, a really tough team to break down. Turf Moor was on fire today. And honestly, I think Scott Parker really got it right. The game was really going towards Burnley's strength, which is just being a solid, compact defence, and against Liverpool's strengths, which is working the ball up intricately, making those fine passes, getting the ball through the lines. It wasn't happening for them today. Getting the ball out wide to Salah and Gakpo, that wasn't working as it should. Wirtz was not creating much. And that was down to the guys at the back. Walker had an outstanding performance today, really rolling back the years. He honestly looked 28 again. You had Esteve, what a player. Ekdal making blocks. Like I said, Cullen as well. Who's Hartman, the fullback. Wonderful performance from him, keeping Salah in his pocket all game. Genuinely, that defence, I think I missed one of them out, but what a performance from each and every one of them. And then again, from Liverpool, I don't really have any real positives to say for any of their players. It's weird. They won the game, but I think the one player I do have to give a lot of credit to would have to be Gravenberch. Gravenberch for me was so good today on the turn. He was the one guy that maybe looked like he could get a defence splitting pass a through ball that could finally connect with the attack. He was the only one that looked like he could really connect play between the midfield and the attack. But, I mean, eventually it was the penalty that won the game. Burnley were on 10 men. They were obviously a lot more panicky. They were obviously less composed towards the end. They were obviously more tired. It's normal. I still think they would have held on though. And I'm not going to lie to you. I feel bad for Hannibal because he was clearly distraught and it was obviously a mistake, but it's a really, really rookie mistake. It's a really poor penalty to give away. Really, there was no need. He just throws out his elbow like that in front of him. There's no one even near him. He's on the edge of the box. The centre-backs have been clearing every cross. Like, you just need to sometimes leave it. If you can't get your head on it, if you can't get your body on it, just stay to yourself and let the ball go and trust your defenders. I don't know what the thought process was. It might have been instinctive, but it really was really agonising to see for Burnley because they did not deserve to go home empty-handed. I did want to say, though, honestly, the 3 promoted sides have really impressed me so far. They really have. Like, I'm genuinely looking at this now. Like, I first predicted only Sunderland to stay up. I can now see Burnley or Leeds, or maybe even both, staying up. You know, I mean, you got teams like Wolves and West Ham who don't even seem like they're better than these teams. They've lost to these teams already, some of them. So, honestly, what is stopping these 3 teams from staying up? They genuinely have surprised me a lot. Burnley as well, unlucky not to get a point today, and also unlucky not to at least get a point against United, because it was the same reason against them. Another late penalty, a mistake, a foul that shouldn't have been given. Both games against 2 top sides, they should have come away with a point. So even though they did miss out on them, I've got no doubt that they do have the ability to just kind of keep composed in these final moments and kill off games and win points. They're going to be a side that are going to be frustrating to play against, especially at their home ground. But yeah, man, Liverpool, top of the league, 12 points out of 12. I mean, this was probably their weakest performance, though. They haven't looked that convincing. That's the thing. Against Burnley, there were times where they didn't look too convincing. They were drawing at one point. Were they even losing at one point? I don't think they were ever losing. They might have been 2-1 down, honestly. I can't remember. They were definitely 2-2 at one point. And against Newcastle, they were losing, I think. And then they also came back, Rio and Gamo, obviously, in the last minute. And then against Arsenal, they were drawing for the majority. It was quite a cagey game. Obviously, another moment of magic. And today, again, very cagey. No real click-out chances. So it's going to be interesting. Can Liverpool keep this kind of stroke of luck or stroke of magic? Can they keep it up? Because I think they're going to have to start killing games off with just playing better than their opponents. I'm not saying they didn't play better than Newcastle or Bournemouth, but it is a bit too close for comfort a lot of the times. That's just an interesting thing. It'll be good to keep an eye out for how they continue playing games, how they continue setting themselves up. And Arne Slot, today Arne Slot, I think, made some good changes that had to be done. I think Ngamo, when he came on, looked probably like the best threat they had going forward. I'm not going to lie to you. He even almost got the assist for Frimpong. I think Frimpong has to be better there. I'm not going to lie to you. He was open. Obviously, takes a touch, which is fine, but he should get off his feet quicker than that. Like, I'm going to be honest to you. He just lets the defender come close then. The Bravka also gets in a better position to save it. If he hits that first time, yeah, he might have less control where the ball goes. But if it does go on target, there's not going to be a defender in his way. And there's not going to be as much time for the Bravka to react. So that could have killed the game off even before. And yeah, interesting to sub off Kirkes after just like 35 minutes. You don't tend to see that in the first half substitution. But the way he was playing, he was not on top of his game. He could easily have got sent off. Maybe he should have. He made a pretty stupid foul after already being on a yellow when Burnley won the attack, one of the rare times they were. But yeah, overall, frustrating times for Burnley. It's not the end of the world for them, though. And Liverpool will be delighted with this result, and they've got no reason not to be. But yeah, Manchester Derby next. I'm so excited for that. Let's see if United can actually do something good for once. And let's see if City can bounce back as well. It's going to be really interesting to see both sides under pressure. And I'll be coming out with a review after that. Like and subscribe. Comment your thoughts down on the game below. Comment your thoughts on Salah's performance as well. Do we have to start being worried about some of these performances from these guys? Or is it just, Liverpool? Are we just overreacting maybe? Liverpool are comfortably top of the league, won all their games. Am I just overreacting? You let me know in the comments what you think. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in a bit.